I have got a massive Schefter bomb for you right now that is going to shake the foundations of the Pacific Northwest and send shockwaves through the entire Virginia Mason Athletic Center in Renton. We are talking about a potential exodus of the brain trust that Mike Macdonald has built over this past season. Sources are telling me that the Seattle Seahawks coaching staff is currently under a massive siege from the rest of the National Football League, as 3 of their top coordinators are drawing significant interest for promotions elsewhere. Before we dive into the deep end of this developing situation, I need you to do something very important for the channel. If you want to stay ahead of every single breaking news update concerning your Seahawks, you must subscribe to the channel right now. We are committed to bringing you the fastest and most accurate reporting in the league. While you are at it, smash that like button so the algorithm knows the 12s are the loudest fans in the world, and drop a comment below telling me which city you are watching from today. I want to see if the Seahawks fan base is representing from Seattle to Tokyo and everywhere in between. Now, let's get back to the news that is keeping John Schneider awake tonight. The first major domino that could fall is offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak. My sources confirmed that the Atlanta Falcons have officially placed Kubiak on their shortlist for their vacant head coaching position. This is a massive development because Kubiak was the primary architect of the offensive resurgence we saw this year. His ability to blend the Shanahan-style zone run concepts with Mike Macdonald's overall vision made this offense one of the most explosive units in the NFC. The Falcons are looking for a young, innovative mind to lead their roster, and Kubiak fits that mold perfectly. If he leaves, it creates a massive vacuum at the top of the offensive hierarchy that would be incredibly difficult to fill on short notice. But the news does not stop there. Defensive coordinator Aiden Durde is also a hot commodity right now. The Cleveland Browns have officially requested an interview with Durde for their head coaching vacancy. Durde has gained a reputation as a defensive mastermind who excels at developmental teaching and exotic pressure packages. His work with the Seahawks defensive line and the overall improvement of the pass rush has clearly caught the eye of the Browns front office. Losing your defensive coordinator after just one season of building a culture would be a devastating blow to the continuity Mike Macdonald is trying to establish. To make matters even more complicated, passing game coordinator Jake Peetz is also in high demand. Reports indicate that Peetz is currently interviewing with the Detroit Lions for their offensive coordinator position. This opening in Detroit was created because their former offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson, has taken the head coaching job with the Chicago Bears. Peetz is seen as a rising star who has a unique understanding of how to exploit modern coverage shells, and the Lions want him to keep their high-powered offense humming. This means the Seahawks could potentially lose their offensive coordinator, their defensive coordinator, and their passing game coordinator all in the same week. This is the definition of a coaching staff crisis. For a team that is trying to build a consistent winner, seeing your staff rated by the rest of the league is both a compliment and a curse. It shows that Mike Macdonald hired the right people, but it also means he might have to start the hiring process all over again. We are hearing that the Falcons are particularly aggressive in their pursuit of Kubiak, seeing him as the missing piece to unlock their offensive potential. Meanwhile, the Browns are looking for a leader who can maintain their defensive dominance, and they believe Durde's international background and unique perspective make him an ideal candidate. The Seahawks are currently in a holding pattern, waiting to see how these interviews play out. John Schneider and Mike Macdonald are reportedly already putting together a contingency plan in case they lose multiple staff members. This is a high-stakes game of musical chairs, and the music is starting to slow down. If Kubiak, Durde, and Peetz all depart, the Seahawks will be facing an unprecedented level of turnover in their leadership ranks. The ripple effects on the locker room and the development of young players like Geno Smith and the rookie class cannot be overstated. We are monitoring this situation minute by minute to see if any official offers are extended. The 12s need to be prepared for some major changes in the coming days as the NFL coaching carousel continues to spin at a dizzying pace.
When we analyze the potential departure of Clint Kubiak, Aiden Durde, and Jake Peetz, we have to look at the long-term structural implications for the Seattle Seahawks. From a salary cap perspective, coaching changes do not impact the player cap, but they drastically impact the organizational budget and the efficiency of the draft process. If Mike Macdonald loses his top 2 lieutenants, he is essentially being forced to restart the cultural implementation phase of his tenure. Let's look at the offensive side of the ball first. Clint Kubiak was brought in specifically to modernize an offense that had grown stagnant. His departure would not just be about losing a play caller, it would be about losing the specific terminology and the pedagogical approach that the players have finally mastered. If a new offensive coordinator comes in with a different scheme, the learning curve for Geno Smith and the offensive line starts over from zero. This is exactly what you want to avoid when you have a veteran quarterback in a win-now window. Furthermore, the interest in Jake Peetz from the Detroit Lions is particularly concerning because Peetz was the bridge between the running game and the aerial attack. With Ben Johnson moving over to lead the Chicago Bears, the Lions are looking for that same level of innovation, and they see Peetz as the guy. If Seattle loses both Kubiak and Peetz, the offensive staff is essentially gutted. On the defensive side, Aiden Durd's potential exit to the Cleveland Browns is a testament to the league-wide respect for the McDonald system. Durd was the boots-on-the-ground leader who translated McDonald's complex schemes into actionable drills for the players. His departure would leave a massive void in the defensive room. The Browns are a team with a championship-caliber defense, and the fact that they are looking at Durd for a head coaching role tells you everything you need to know about his value. If the Seahawks lose him, McDonald might have to take over defensive play-calling duties himself, which takes his focus away from the overall management of the team. This is a classic success tax that elite organizations pay, but it is happening much faster for the Seahawks than anyone anticipated. Looking at the depth chart of the coaching staff, there are not many internal candidates who are ready to step into these coordinator roles immediately. This means John Schneider will likely have to look outside the organization, competing with other teams for the top available talent. This creates a situation where the Seahawks could be behind the curve in terms of staff building as we head into the NFL Combine and the free agency period. The timing of these interviews is also critical. Every day that Kubiak and Durd are interviewing elsewhere is a day they are not focused on scouting prospects for the upcoming draft. This creates a logistical nightmare for the front office. We also have to consider the impact on the players. Professional athletes crave stability. When they see their coaches being targeted by other teams, it creates a sense of uncertainty about the future direction of the franchise. It makes it harder to recruit free agents who want to know exactly who they will be playing for. The Seahawks have been a model of stability for over a decade, but this sudden interest in their staff is a new challenge for the Schneider-McDonald era. If I am the Seahawks, I am doing everything in my power to retain at least one of these guys, perhaps with a significant raise or a title promotion. However, you cannot stop a coach from pursuing a head coaching dream. The Falcons and Browns are offering the pinnacle of the profession. As this situation unfolds, we will see just how deep Mike McDonald's network goes. Can he find replacements who are just as talented? Or will the Seahawks take a step back in 2025 because of this brain drain? The next 48 hours will be telling. We will likely see more interview requests and perhaps the first official job offers being leaked. The Seahawks are at a crossroads, and the decisions made in the next few days will define the trajectory of the franchise for the next 3 to 5 years. We are staying on top of every phone call, every flight, and every secret meeting to bring you the truth behind these rumors. The 12s deserve to know if their team is about to lose its best teachers. Stay tuned, because this story is just getting started, and the implications are truly massive for the future of Seattle football.